a podcast called Strangest Fruit.
Growing up in Compton, it's easy to dive into the culture that's embedded in everyday life. And things are being normalized. So how can we hold the unaware and misguided accountable? As a youth, coming up, we tend to gravitate towards what attracts us most, then try to live in that image. We adopt a livelihood without full knowledge of what we are signing up for, because the attraction is simply that, an attraction. To the surface of things, not even thinking about the inner self-destruction that will make its way as we live out what we think is normal living. As we get older, we are labeled and deemed street terrorists based on a created stigma given to us as gang members. So hear me out. Every kid doesn't become a gang member for the same reason. Some are born and raised in it, never recognizing it's more to life. Some do it to escape bullying and have something to belong to. Some just want a sense of belonging and to look cool. All the kids are not willing to harm another person, which is the gang-banging aspect of becoming a gang member. All gang members are not living with the same standards, but still, we are defined under the same false criteria, again, given to us by so-called gang experts, who in turn place us inside a box. As for me, let me explain. I was born and raised in the gang culture in the heart of Compton, the Wilmington Orange. My family, my friends, it was what I saw and what I went with. Nobody ever told me the extremities work that came with the gang life. Being a kid and seeing dead bodies or funerals were regular. Life outside of that was missing. I developed PTSD early on. To be so young and witness something so detrimental was traumatizing. Still, missing is guidance and knowledge. What's created is depression. That fuels anger. That creates triggers that feed impulses. Now, a lost child is out in the world emotionally confused and trying to hide his truths. So the spiraling starts. So let's dive into perspectives. A fatherless child living under the circumstances of a single mother and craving a male role model or a father figure, so he makes a decision to join a gang to attain that feeling from a big homie he pays attention to. Or the kid that has no family, so he turns to his neighborhood and makes the choice to become a gang member in search of a home and acceptance. A kid that sees the glamour and fame and material realm of the life and culture, so he dives in the gang to attain the same financial glitz and materialistic luxuries and acceptances that come with that life. A kid, young and observant, who early on adopted the it's us or them mentality based on the losses he had seen and endured in his early years and felt he had no other choice based on the violence and poverty surrounding his everyday life. These perspectives are never addressed when cases are caught. Instead, we are considered street terrorists and deemed guilty based on the gang aspect. I was convicted of a murder that I did not commit, solely due to my gang membership. Missing in my case was the necessary elements required for a murder. Also missing was physical evidence, no fingerprints, DNA, no GSR, and no witness identification. What was hung on by prosecution was the gang aspect. So I was given a false motive, a theory with no substance or validity, and that was based on the stigma handed to me by the court's prosecution wrapped around the gang aspect again. So we have to ask the questions. How can we judge a gang member based on the acts of another due to being from the same place, but can't judge a sheriff or police station as a whole based on the actions of a corrupt or racist officer or a deputy who is considered one bad apple? How is there a saying of innocent until proven guilty? But when it comes to the less fortunate, the actions of the prosecution is the exact opposite. Why is the gang enhancement attached to almost every case when dealing with minorities based on the premise of the case being about gang culture, given by who the courts consider a gang expert? If it's looked into, every statement and opinion given by a so-called gang expert in court will have many commonalities. The only change will be the neighborhood, the enemies, the allies, the name of the man or woman in court, and the territory. Meaning that gang members as a whole, city to city, are held under one umbrella by the same people that don't want society to hold them accountable for what other officers, deputies, or even departments as a whole are doing. It's a contradiction that needs to be addressed. My name is Lamont Kellum Jr. I was wrongfully convicted of a murder. I am not perfect, and neither do I try to be, but I am human. And though I've been through my share of traumas and obstacles, I am not the statistic the prosecution made me, but I am a statistic to a prosecutorial mishandling. My goal after attaining my freedom is to change the world, and that starts with living out the change in me I want to see. Free Cholo Gang.
A podcast called Strangest Fruit.
Hi, my name is Mayan. I go to school at Compton Community School. My favorite teacher was my first grade teacher, Miss Erin, because she always used to help me, and that's when I learned how to use scissors and write. My dad is AJ. The 5 codes of conduct are integrity, morals, respect, honor, and humility. It creates my character, and it basically helps me conduct myself. I conduct myself by respecting myself. I know that in my heart, I know that he's gonna come home. Now that I know he's coming back, I always think of that. I want the world to know about my dad. I want the world to know that he is a good person. Hello?
Hello? The video visit had hung up, so I'm finna try to call back.
Okay. Say something, you're on the microphone.
I can't hear you, baby. Say it again.
I said say something because you're on the microphone.
Oh, okay. Well, first and foremost, of course, I want to thank Ray and his wife for the opportunity for extending their hand. I want to thank your mother for taking the time out of her day to bring you and get this done for me. And I want to let you know, baby, that I appreciate you for being a big girl for me and taking this interview and doing the things that you are doing, and also for teaching me the things that you be teaching me from school, and for giving me the life lessons that I need, because you make me be a better man so I can be a better father. I made a lot of mistakes in my life, and I always tell you this, but that don't change, my views of you and how I love you, and the father that I'm doing everything I can to be, and the father that I will be when I come home to you. And I always tell you that when I come home, I'm not leaving you again, and I really mean that. And I always tell you to keep in your heart that I'm coming home, because I'm going to come home. When I come home to you, it's good. No matter what, it's going to be good. You over there being my big girl?
Yeah.
Okay, so how are you supposed to conduct yourself?
Oh, I'm supposed to conduct myself like a princess.
Okay. How many codes of conduct do you have?
5.
What are they?
Integrity, morals, respect, honor, and humility.
Okay, and what do they do?
They create my character.
Okay. And why are you a princess?
Because my mom is a queen and you're a king.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about. So what does it mean to have integrity?
It means to always be honest.
Okay, and what does it mean to have morals?
It means to...
Okay, it means to have self-respect. Do you respect yourself?
Yeah, I respect myself.
Okay. So as long as you respect yourself, everybody around you will have to respect you, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
All right, I love you, big head.
I love you too.
All right, I'm finna this phone's gonna hang up, so I'm finna call on the video visit so I can see you before I go back to work. All right.
All right.
All right. So have reaction. I'm finna call right now.
Okay.
All right.
All right. I want everybody to know I want everybody to listen to my dad's story, and that to let him go because he didn't do nothing wrong. I just want everybody to have integrity in the world.
Welcome back. We're at Strangest Fruit Podcast. Make sure you subscribe. Take this journey with us. As we said, we're pouring ourselves into this right here. This is another segment in our wrongful conviction. Today, we're talking to the mother of Lamont Kellum. We always want to know, obviously the story behind Lamont, but also like the mother's perspective, the trial. It's a whole like traumatic process for a family. In my case, I put myself and my family through it, and I was guilty of what I did. I take responsibility for that. But in your case, in your son's case, he's completely innocent of this crime. So I can't imagine what he's going through, but we're grateful to have you here and to hear the story. And please tell us like where you're at today, like with your son being incarcerated. Just how does it feel? Like, are you visiting him, talking to him on the tablet? Like, how's the communication? How are you guys holding it together?
I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me. The communication is good. I don't talk to him every day, but at least twice a week on the tablet. That was a great thing that they did for communication for the families, is the tablet and the text messages. I can send videos of him of us if we're out, of his sister playing volleyball, his brother playing football. I can send all those things to him. So
This sister right
that's a great, yes.
Okay.
His sister
Playing
Kennedy.
volleyball?
Yes.
You got a cold spike?
She got a cold
I'm trying
spike.
to contest that.
Yeah, y'all might have to come see her one day.
Yeah.
Along with her sister-in-law. But that's good that we can send him videos of us acting silly at home so he won't feel too much far away from us. And that was one of the best things that they could have done, because otherwise we would talk to him probably once every month or once every 2 months or so on and so forth. Far as the visiting, last time we seen him, it was all of us except one of his sisters, because there's only so many that can go. My 18-year-old couldn't go, but we took the kids, my daughter, her daughter, he wanted to meet his niece. That was wonderful. The food was okay, but that was a good, he didn't know we was coming.
Those $9 pizzas in there.
The chicken, like $30, yes.
Don't the chicken smell like pig feet for some reason?
No.
You put the hot wings in there, it don't smell like that. Come out smelling like pig feet. Come out smelling
Yeah.
Are
funky.
the seals still like get behind the line, like on the microwave? Are they still on
They've
that?
never done that to me. They've
Okay.
always been, that part I have never had a problem with, only when you're going in the closing, but as far as the COs, no.
Okay.
They be okay with
And
that.
where is he at?
He's in Calipatria.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're like, he's
Yes,
like
Lord.
115 probably right now.
Yeah, he's on fire.
Yeah, it's real hot when you go there, that you can't use your phone. The phone, you get back in the car and say, too hot, you got to let it cool off.
Dang.
Yeah, that's how hot it is there.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how's his spirits? How's he holding up?
Far as I can tell, even when I see him, he's a strong one. He's just like his mom. We always try to be strong no matter how we're broken. One thing I always taught my son, you have to believe in God. Lift your head up. Let me see your spirit. They can lock you up, but they cannot lock up your spirit. And that's one thing that he has shown. He has shown tremendous strength, because otherwise, you would be broken for something like that. Like, how can they not know? But for the most part, very strong kid. Very, very strong kid.
And how long has he been in there?
Almost 10 years.
And his sentence is Is it
they gave it to him in court. It wasn't life. It was maybe like 70-something years, 80-something years.
So virtual life. Yeah.
Yes.
That's what we call
basically,
virtual life.
yeah.
Let me
Virtual
say-
life? Okay.
Can I take
Well, because
a
they, like, yeah.
guesstimation of over 30 years in gang enhancements with the base term of like 10 years?
Yep.
Oh, it was one of those.
It was like, everything he
Stacking.
was saying, it was just, I'm looking like, what does that mean?
So where you get like, say, 5 years for the crime, you get
Yeah.
15 for being a gang member, 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gang enhancement. Like I said, I
Stacking.
remember hearing that. Yeah, it was just a lot. And I was baffled, like, what does all this mean?
What court was this?
Compton.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, why you look at me? I see,
No,
look,
because the last mother we had here,
the last 3 people
Yeah.
we had in here.
but
Yeah,
there's always like a strong mother from all of these wrongful convictions. There's
Even Frankie's right there, Compton, Linwood is and that, that's my city. So I know what she's talking about. That's why I always talk. I don't talk bad about the city. I talk bad about the places there. Yeah. Like, it don't make no damn sense. The biggest building in Compton is the courthouse. Like, what do you mean? The biggest building is the courthouse? This is your biggest investment? This shit stick out like a sore thumb. You can be all the way down on Figaro somewhere and see this big ass thing sticking out in the sky.
Yeah,
And it's
we
full of
went there.
everybody, mama, daddy, sisters, brothers,
Everybody, yeah.
grandchildren. It's all in there. And there might be a few souls stuck up in there. You know, like, that's hunting that place from all the foul shit that goes on down there. Like, I feel disgusted about it. I feel like it's such a hurtful thing, but, it's...
He went to trial there.
He did.
So, you want to talk about the trial?
Can we rephrase it a little bit? See, if you divulge into that, see, this is the element that we have here. We get to sit down and do this. Paint the picture of your son, not what the world is painting him as. So before we get to court and this, that, and they get because that's what they do in court. They're gonna just throw every single negative thing that he done ever had there before mom gets to actually go up and say, look, this is my son, the person I birthed. I brought into this world with the intention of this, the purpose of this. These are all his goals and aspirations. This is what he accomplished. They're not letting you paint that.
No.
So this is basically the forum of the people.
Make the closing argument in
Right.
the court of public opinion.
Right. So
You know what I mean? Better,
tell
like,
us how he was as a kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? The squirrely boy, what was? Was he running around? Was he into stuff?
He was bad.
I'm the squirrely type. I'm into everything.
Yeah, that's what he was. He a wonderful kid.
Right.
He was a good kid, but he was born a day before my birthday, so he was my birthday gift.
Nice.
He's April 26th. I'm April 27th. So I was in the hospital giving birth to him a day before my birthday. So he was my birthday gift. I always called him AJ for Aaron Jr. That was my name I gave him. That's not a moniker. It's not a hood name. I gave him that name.
As a baby,
As a child,
Yeah.
when he was a child. He was a good kid, but he was bad. My friends used to come over. He would hop on the couch and hop on their neck. That was AJ. He would
Literally hop on their neck.
He got a way better childhood nickname than me. They call me Tater Tot. That's some
Tater
bull
Tot.
right there. You know my name Dante. They Tater Tot. Like, don't call me that
You
no
should
more.
never said
I'm a
that.
whole grown ass man.
I'm running with that.
Now I'm going to call him Tater Tot.
I mean, you can do that though. See, you done went too far now. You done went too far. Yeah, meet me out back, man.
But yeah, he was great kid. That was my boy.
Yeah.
That was like my best friend because I was a single mother, a single struggling mother. It's okay to say that. I'm at a better place now. But I had 2 children at that time, his sister, Nene, and then him. And I was a struggling mother with him. There was no father in the home, no father figure in the home. I was mother and father. But he was a good kid. I tried to raise him. I was young. And I never really told people, didn't really know how young I was. But when I had Lamont, I was about 16. So I was a young mother. I really didn't know about parenting. I didn't really know how to be a mother, but I became a mother and to the best that I could with my children. And he was a good kid. He played sports. I always put him in sports. He was a crybaby. You wouldn't know that with him now.
Your mama
But
put you out
nobody
there,
would
bro.
watch him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I
going
just
to put him
talked to
out
him the other
there.
day. So next time I talk to him, like, yeah, your mama said you're a crybaby, bro.
But when he told
No
me,
cap,
he said,
bro.
Mama, don't leave nothing out. What? You sure? Okay. But
No,
he
yeah,
was.
yeah.
Nobody would watch him. I could not get a babysitter for him. AJ, nobody would watch. No, take your son with you. He cried too much. But that's because he was spoiled. Because I didn't have anything to love me. My kids was my love. So I gave all my love to my kids. I really didn't want anybody to watch them anyway. So he did sports. He was a good kid. He was a good kid, and he did sports. He he got a plaque for baseball. He got a plaque from Compton for the football. And he played basketball. You know what he was?
He was a Titan.
He was a Titan. Yeah, he was a Titan.
Everybody want to be a Compton Titan.
It's a Pop Warner.
Boy, everybody. If it ain't the Jackrabbits, it's a Compton Titan.
He was a Compton Titan.
We used to play him. I was on the East Valley Trojans.
Really?
Oh,
okay.
They destroyed us.
Yeah, exactly.
Every time. Yeah.
Yeah, but he was good, and he was a good kid. I didn't have really too many complaints out of him. But you got to remember, I was still a woman trying to raise a man.
Sure.
And people
whoa, see that? Hold on, music
Okay.
stop.
I get the lash.
First, paint the picture of where she at. Now, do you know about skin tone in the black community?
I mean, I hear, but I'm not.
The shit is deep. The shit is deep.
Okay.
16-year-old, 2 kids, light skin with colored eyes in Compton. Come on now. She laughing. She knows the truth. He knows the truth back there and all that. Light skin, you know how many haters? It's different. Like in our community, like certain shades, and it's a lot of, if you Creole, you this, it's dark skin, it's a whole different thing. So you're dealing with that.
Yeah.
And then you a baby raising.
A baby. 2 babies.
But 2 babies.
Yes.
And then you got a child that's like baby Tarzan, basically.
Right.
Like he just anything. He's not bad. He's just a boy.
He's just a boy.
You know,
Yes.
he's just being a boy. Certain
Yes.
things that he has to go through in his growth in life.
Yeah.
So that's I just wanted to highlight that. And then the woman aspect. In this day and age right now, we have a society of women. Correct me if I'm wrong. We have 3 women in here, so correct me if I'm wrong. That feels the need to not have a man, not any man, but a healthy man, mind, body, and soul in a household to raise a boy.
Yes.
So you went through this back then. Do you feel like that's the same now?
With other women?
Yes. Because this is, to me, I feel like it's horrible. It's like, all right, we don't need a man in the house.
Yeah, I think every woman should want a man. It's not that you don't need, you may not need him, but you should want a man for the comfort, just for the head of the household. A man is supposed to be the head of the household. It's not supposed to be a woman. That's the word. A man is supposed to be the head of the household. Every woman should want a man, and every man should want a woman. But the way this world is now, I ain't gonna say that.
I mean, do you think Lamont was like yearning for that too? Because like him, I never had my dad.
Look how she brightened up.
Even in his,
she's brightened up when you say his name. Like he's like,
But even in my dad's absence, it was still the biggest impact on my life. Not having him, that void right there. Do you think that played? Because it was the same. Like I had a grandmother who was the most nurturing, loving grandmother ever. But there's a generational gap, and it's not the male. You know.
Right.
I agree with him as well.
I agree with that too. And then you got to think a little bit harder for him, and I don't want to downplay anything. I don't want to, not speaking on anybody, but just imagine, you know who your father is. You can see your father, but he's not being your father. Does that make sense?
It destroys a boy.
It destroys.
It destroys a boy.
So imagine how I was destroyed, but imagine 10 times more for my son.
And you have to put on this whole, like, he can't see the tears. Like, that's what I always trip on, like, mothers, like, they won't cry in front of their children.
Oh, no. I go in the bathroom, and when I come out, I'm Superwoman.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And that is amazing. So imagine, just say say he's my father. My mom tell him, that's your father. I can see you. Hey, Daddy, how you doing?
It puts that thought in your head. What's wrong with me?
And
right.
And
that could have been how he felt.
That's why I felt.
I'm not sure because he never really spoke of it. And as I say, he was strong because he seen his mother be strong.
Sure.
But it was rough. It was tough.
Heck yeah.
Now we could say a different story. Everything turns. Everybody deserves a second chance. But I was a strong single mother for many, many years. Many of the days I cried. Many of the days my son cried. Many of the days my daughter cried. But what can we do about it? All we have to do is just keep our chin up and keep living. But I did my best. Good kid. Was he perfect? No, I wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have been having kids at 16.
Who is perfect?
But who is perfect?
Yeah.
But I made the best out of it. That's all I could do.
And with the comparison, my mom came from Kilmichael, Mississippi, and had her first kid at 14.
See?
She lost her first kid at 14.
So she, you know.
And then had me and my sister before she went to Compton.
Right.
And everything happened. So it's and I think without having a father figure, I can sort of relate because as far as, people that, when I grew up, I'm from Lutis Park. My dad was from Cross Atlantic the whole time. My dad was there the whole time, and then none of these motherfuckers, excuse my language, sorry about that, good Christian woman. I mean, none of these people around here said, hey, that's your dad. Like, your dad been over here this whole time. And I don't know if it's just the spiritual element of it or what it was, but it seemed like that path that I was supposed to go down, I ended up going down that same path as my father. And then it goes into the statistic aspect. My dad gunned down Linwood, 31. I made it to 32. And I feel like I'm on borrowed time. So just to have, and it made, at first I was infuriated. I hated myself because it's like, damn, I don't have my dad.
Right.
I don't have my dad. And you hear everybody, you look like him, you talk like them, you got the nails. I'm like, I don't know what this fool look like. And then, it's horrible. But then, like he said, it made me. Because whatever stories that was depicted about him, I was like, all right, I'm not going to be this. I'm not going to be that. I'm not going to be this. Right. And that's another blessing that a mom has. Y'all have the ability to keep up an image of what a man should be for a child. Y'all have the ability to create that. All right, this is what this is going to be. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do this. Y'all have the whole recipe. And it's not like you had to go learn it. It's instinctual. It's like, it's by nature.
Right.
That's y'all God's given gift. To just mold a whole human and just instill stuff in them. Right. And this is what this is supposed to be. So it's completely relatable. You know what I'm saying? And then, so Compton, California.
California.
90s? How old is he?
90s. 31.
He's 31? Okay, all right. We're right there in the same
Born in 92.
Born in 92?
So it was the 90s.
Dang. I went to prison a year later when you were 1.
Wow.
And I got out last year.
Last year? Oof. Doing well.
Yeah. I'm free.
You free.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm happy. I got my family.
Yes.
I got a beautiful woman, a stepdaughter.
Nice.
Involved in church and stuff in the community, stuff we do here. Yeah, life is beautiful.
That's
we want to get Lamont here.
Yeah.
We want him on. We want him on the show.
I believe it. I always believed it.
Absolutely.
Even when it didn't look good, I still believed. And I have to tell him, just keep believing. He probably say, Mama, but keep believing, son, Mama. And that's when you said earlier, train up a child in the way they should go. Because when they get old, they'll never depart from it. You might have detoured, but you still knew who God was. You still knew where your faith was.
It was always planted in there.
Yes. Once it's instilled, you can't go away from it. You might detour a little bit, but you can't get away from it.
I think I had just a high threshold for pain, but I surrendered.
Yeah.
Like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
The war is over. I lost.
The war is over.
Yeah, I surrender.
Yeah. Yeah. And I can't wait until that day for him. The war is over. But yeah, he been through a lot. I can say that. Even as he was about 13 when he got shot in Mawu, his friend, and it was football. And I'll never forget, was he in junior high?
Okay.
Elementary or junior high?
Which junior high was this? Which one was he going to in Compton?
He didn't go. He was in Long Beach.
Oh, he went to Long Beach?
So, yeah, I don't remember that school, but it was on Cherry, straight on Cherry on Long Beach.
You talking about Lindbergh?
Cherry and Atlantic. There you
Lindbergh.
go.
I went to Lindbergh.
How you knew that?
I went to Lindbergh.
That's crazy.
He's everywhere.
Lindbergh.
I'm one of them group home kids, so they just move me everywhere. So I know.
He knows every spot.
Yeah, he was going to Lindbergh.
He was playing football too?
He was playing football, and they had won the Super Bowl that year.
Okay.
What was the Compton Titans? What were they?
Compton Titans, and the Jackrabbits. They do the statewide city champions.
They won that. Him and his best friend. They were going, and this was when I got a call from my niece saying, Auntie, AJ got shot. And I said, no, he's with the football team. They're going somewhere, but it really was him. So we left, and and he got shot in Compton, and his in the back, and some man helped him. But with that story, I don't want to tell the whole story. It's a very emotional story. But he made that. His best friend, unfortunately, did not. And that was hard for him. So imagine losing your best friend at the age of 13.
Doing
That's
what you
hard.
love the most.
Doing what, and that was.
And they're supposed to be celebrating.
winning the Super Bowl. I'll never forget that day. And he almost died.
All right, so we're back. We've expanded the table, expanded the conversation to include his wife and to include his brother right here. So why don't you guys start? Introduce yourselves, your relationship.
My name is Sue. I'm his wife.
How long you guys been married?
Since May of 2022, so a little over a year.
How that's working for you?
It's good. It's not a challenge.
Explain it. Like, what's the method to the madness?
There's no madness. But
You got a guy that's really like living a pro-social lifestyle in prison.
Yeah.
So like, you can tell there's emotional intelligence there.
yeah, he's very smart.
yeah.
Very overprotective. Like, he's. I don't know if I could describe him in one word. I don't know. I just like. I don't know how to explain it. I really don't. This is like new to open up and really speak about him.
Why do you love him? Why do you love him to where? Because
he just
no.
He was the question asker. He just hit her with the.
It takes
why do you love the homie?
Yeah, no, like for a woman to dedicate their self to someone in there, like we talked about, like how much that means to someone. But it's also like a relationship that comes with challenges, like being incarcerated. Like I know, like my ex sometimes would have to face the question of like where is he? So there's that stigma of saying, he's incarcerated. Like I know there's a lot that comes with it. But I believe it does make you stronger for the ultimate day when he does come home because you got this foundation. But yeah, I'm not gonna let you run from that right there. Like what is it? Why did you choose to step in this journey? Why
serve it with this one? What was your first date like?
Our first date.
A chimichanga and the third vending machine.
What was your first? What was that moment where you was like,
So
that's him?
in 2017, that was our first like meetup.
Okay.
I'll say the date, our first date.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was we had been talking for about probably I want to say about 6 months, maybe a little more. We had been talking, so it's like when I seen him, it's like I already knew him. I met him a long time ago in 2015, but like we never like really conversed. But 2017, it was like we knew each other, like we was comfortable. It was no odd moments.
Right.
I don't know.
Like that
like
instant connection.
Yeah, it was an instant connection. Like, and we're both similar. Like, he's like a male version of me. I always tell him that because we're very similar. Like, in a lot of ways, we think, how we handle situations, especially now, it's different.
Yeah.
He's very different, and it's like the stigma, the picture they paint with him being in prison.
Yeah.
I don't really open up and talk to a lot of people about it, so no one really knows because a lot of people have something to say about that. They don't. A lot of people are judged. What I've seen, a lot of people are they judge him based off of him being in there, but he's still a person. Like at the end of the day, he it's like when you know he worth it, it don't matter. And then I'm a different individual, so I don't just his situation. It never bothered me. It took like a year and a half. I want to say about a year and a half for us to even have a conversation about his case. Like for me to even ask, like, how long do you have?
Were you aware that he was innocent from the jump, or did you find out through the course?
He spoke on his case a little bit, but I've never, in the beginning, I've never asked him about anything because just off of what was presented to me, I didn't need to ask. You
just seen the man.
I seen it. Like a man, but not only that is he didn't do it. The conversation that we have had, he didn't do it. And I believe that.
So
and I'm very like discerning.
Yeah.
I'm
Shout
very discerning.
out to the women that's trooping for their men.
Yeah.
She stayed and waited and was like, when you gonna tell me about your time? I was lying a whole bunch of chicks.
It never bothered me.
I was lying about my times. I had a lot of time, and I'm like, man, how old am I? What? 18? Just got to prison from YA. Ain't no 18-year-old girl finna sit around and wait on me. What the? Nah, that's out. Then
And
I'm
it's
telling
common
my
to say like I got like 2 years left.
or I'm finna go to the parole
I never
board,
did
but
it
it's looking
myself.
good.
I definitely never did that.
You know, like I admit I was one of those dudes that lied because it's like shit.
Yeah.
You know, it was but she seen it. You know, she was like, all right, I got me a keeper. Do you realize like when a dude walks off that, when he walks off that, when he does, what type of moment that's gonna be? So you got Nelson Mandela, did a lot of time, walked off that, put up in there for some stuff that was, you know, wrongfully convicted. Look at Reuben Hurricane Carter, wrongfully convicted. It's like I said, you only see the greats.
And we also
walk off
have
that.
the Nelson Mandela quote. He said, "In my country, you go to prison first, then become president." Like that's one of my favorite
Facts.
quotes right there. You know.
No, I just want to see him come up out of there and do something just huge. Like
He will for sure.
Right.
Are you
Amen.
guys you talk at the tablet every day?
Yeah, every day. All day.
Is your conversation about the case, or do you look ahead into the future into freedom?
Everywhere. Our conversation is about the case, about ahead of time. We have he's like in a state of manifestation.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like
you can tell by
he's
his-
like an alchemist. He's like very so much. He see things, and it's to me it's like it's connected with faith. So he knows. I know it too. I've always said it. So that's why the time didn't matter to me. Like I know he's coming home. I can't say when, but I know he's going to be home.
He's being built,
And I just feel-
prepped for the moment.
Yeah, I just feel like his case, everything, the way it took, it all happened for a reason. Like when he come home, you're gonna see what type of individual he is.
facts.
Now, today though.
Sometimes getting put on the
He's a
getting put
man
on the
now.
shelf will save your life.
Well, he
Yeah.
said that. He's like, it's the worst thing that happening, but he said that multiple times, but it's been the best thing to happen to me.
It saved my life. I would say this, as hateful as I was towards the judge for giving me all that time, now I respect it. I respect it.
Yeah.
You know, the illegalities of it, it actually, you know, it saved me because
Right.
I was finna rob them banks, and no, I'm serious. That was my thing. I was a stick up kid, you know, but I was just elevated, and like I tell a lot of people, I had a lot of, you know, hatred towards myself. So I was going down that spiral, that's downhill. So me getting locked up, it,
Right.
you know, they say it can either be hell or it could be the biggest university on earth.
For sure.
And he turned it into his university because he in there, he learning, he busting
Right.
atoms,
Yeah, for sure.
and he getting that old school no, for real, you get that old school game from them dudes that's been in there. So just imagine being able to see imagine seeing those uncles and cousins that weren't affected by the crack era still in their prime,
Right.
still sharp as a tack. They still stuck in that capsule of the 80s and able to just give you that raw, just here, just imagine seeing, that's what you have in prison. You see a lot of them dudes are just preserved and you're able to just take from it. You know, so he gonna come out of there just, look at here, it might turn into
powerful,
Huey
for
P.
sure.
Newton or something in there. Mess around, come out here on some revolutionist stuff. Then they really got a problem. So, what has been some of the things that has affected? You could shine a light on all the positivity, but there has been times, and the stuff that you speak on can hopefully, you know, motivate other women or men that's out there that have a family member locked up. Like what helps you get through the hard times? Because we know the holidays is what tears us up.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day, Mother's Day,
Yeah.
Easter, whatever the case is. You know, for y'all with moms, every Sunday.
To me, I try around holidays, I try not to be on social media because I see families, like, you know, and it's kind of like, it's very emotional, like, to like, everybody has their happy, like, they're in a happy space, and I'm happy, but it's like,
When's my
he's
turn?
missing, like,
When's
you know?
my turn to get my guy back.
Yeah, and it's hard for him. Like, holidays, I go visit him.
What is
like-
the holiday? What are the difficult one?
Huh?
What's the
The
difficult
most
holiday?
difficult one? No, I'd probably say, to me, this past year, the most difficult ones was our birthdays. My birthday, his birthday. Like,
Man, damn. Yeah, he's born the day after your birthday, right? So y'all all, wow. Like,
But for me, the worst holiday, probably I would say Father's Day, because he's not with my granddaughter. You know, and with that perspective, I think that probably would be the hardest one for him, especially if she's not there to see him like she always go, and if she's not there to see him on Father's Day. I think that probably will, I can't say break his spirit because I don't think he'll ever let anything break his spirit, but I think that would be the most tough
it
one.
puts a little flaw on his
Yeah,
character.
there you
know,
go.
of how he feels
Yeah.
about himself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because that's. I got little sisters. I got 7 sisters. I remember one time my baby sister, she asked me, she said, "Big brother, this when she was younger. She said, "Big brother, what did you do? What did you do? What did you do to get you in there? Why you got all that time? Do you kill people?" They don't even, like my mama said, my mama said my cousin is, everybody has their image like how you said. Like I done went through it with family I went through with my family, telling people that I had life and I wasn't coming home. And then I had other family that was embarrassed of me, that was saying, "Oh, he in the military, he been gone." Now my mama out here ready to squabble. Like don't be lying on my son. Nah, he's in jail. He's paying his debt to society. Like that's damn. Like so you got all different angles. And how does that feel? Like if I want to get up and go play basketball with my bro. Like what was the things that Charles used to do together? It was like, yeah, this was us every time.
Man, that was our safe space was basketball. That's what saved my life from the streets. That's something that he pushed me to make sure I took serious. I got a scholarship for that. I got to play overseas because of that. I come home and I teach and coach at my alma mater because of that. Right. So it's like he's still a part of my story. So with him being gone, it's like every holiday, like you just feel like a piece of you was missing. Because a lot of people contribute to my success, right? But with him, like I said, being where we came from, we met when we were 7, 8 years old. Right. You know what I'm saying? I was able to get out. When my grandmother moved out of the apartment complex, I was with her, my mom, my dad, when they got together. Boom, like, I'm straight now. So I didn't get to see him again until we were like teenagers. He playing ball, I'm still playing ball. Right. And then, like I said, things just happened. And, he did what he had to do, but he still was on me like, man, this ain't what it was cracked out to be. You make sure you do that. So, again, it's just missing the party. I wish he can come and speak to my kids or come to my practices, or I wish I could have took him overseas with me and watched me play in Germany. Like, these are experiences that we don't really see coming from where we come from. Right. So the fact that he's a part of my story, like, it hurts. Simple as that.
All right, we're back on Strangest Fruit with the continuation of our wrongfully convicted series. Today we're sitting with the family, the loved ones of Lamont Kellum. I guess, I don't know, we'll go around, we'll start just like with the introduction, your relationship to him, anything you want to say, just like initial thoughts,
All right, I'm first. Ladies. First. See, chivalry ain't dead. Just when we thought it was done.
The last one that wanted to
What
talk.
I'm doing is saying introducing myself.
Yeah, like your relationship to him, just your first your impressions.
My name
of him.
is Winter. I'm his auntie.
Okay.
Damn.
How old are you? I know it's inappropriate to ask.
I'm 28.
I'm
28. I just turned 28.
Oh, 28.
I'm his auntie, but he's older than me. Yeah.
That's like,
Shit.
What do you miss the most about him?
Everything. Honestly, he was my nephew, but like a big brother.
Yeah,
I got all
say,
brothers.
come on, auntie.
I'm the only girl. Yeah.
There's something about your nephew that you do not miss. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, not really. Like he was. I don't know. There ain't nothing that I don't miss about. I mean, I don't know if it's because he been gone so long, so it's like that's all I can do is miss him. But I miss playing basketball with him. He was like one of my. He was like.
Oh, so he's a basketball
yeah.
player, huh?
He was like my Iverson or.
Confirm this? She balls? Like you ball?
Yeah, I ain't like it's been a minute, but yeah, I still
You played in
hoop.
school?
Huh?
You played in school?
Yeah.
What school you went to?
I went to in high school or like.
Yeah, you played ball in high school?
Oh, come die.
Oh, you went to Compton High.
Yeah, I played that.
You know?
Oh yeah, okay. Nah, yeah, he was like my Iverson and my like so. That was one thing I miss about him too, like playing basketball with him and just his presence. Like he was just this goofy person. So
All right.
I don't know.
Thank you. How about you? Yeah.
Nah, I'm Dombo. I'm his uncle. think he older than me by a couple months, but you know, like his big uncle still. Shit, things I miss the most. Shit, damn. Shit, his presence. You know, we down there was with each other every day. Shit, after high school, he was damn near living with us at the time. So shit, it wasn't a day unless he was out doing something. We wasn't together.
What was your last interaction? Last time you seen him?
Our last interaction. That's crazy. What was we doing? I think we was in our neighborhood and shit. I was talking to that nigga. Just chopping it up, just regular talk to him. Like, nigga, what you doing? Like, you know, he was just on go. Just. Right.
Hey, that's the crazy part too, because nobody ever says like, you know, you could have named like a big moment or a small moment. You just say his presence just all the time, no matter what it is, no matter what. I just want him there.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. That's like what really missing someone. Like, you can't even define one moment. It's just no matter what the moment is, good, bad. Like, I just want him around.
Yeah. No.
Damn.
Definitely.
I'm looking around like, what the hell is that shining on the roof? Bruh, you got to put the shades on the blue blankets over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here.
My bad.
You know, it look like a disco ball in this joint.
My bad.
Settle down. You know what I mean? Shit. You know, my man came in here. He in here trying to persuade Ray to sell the Lamont picture back there.
Hey, man, you know, light hunting on, man.
Light hunting on. Hold on. So, Ski Mask 415. Remember you said you had a light day when we went up there to the bay? My man, we might have to have the battle with the coat.
Hey, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
that's our good peoples up there. Man.
Oh, yeah, man. We go to the jeweler, man. He already holding about 250. Easy.
So is this where he get his drip appeal from? Is this where
maybe. You know, he was, you know, AJ, that's our baby, man. You know, all them aunties, my mama, rest in peace, all my aunties, he always the hugs and he's smiling and, you know, he had this little lisp with him and, you know, he loved everybody and it's all love and, you know, what you doing, auntie? You know, I love you. Like, he was just so lovable. And it was like, he remind me so much, like, I grew up under his dad. So when I see I seen a lot of things he done as his dad would do, you know, with his dancing and everything. And that was one thing we always watched his dad do. He'd go out there and get in the hood, chilling, drinking, then he'd start just dancing. And it was like, that was something I seen in AJ, like a lot of things his dad did. And that's the things he used to do. I used to be like, damn, boy, you just like your daddy. And it was just funny. And then, like, my last time seeing him was in the hospital, you know, and he was just laid up. And I'm like, damn, what's going on? He was just, like, messed up. Like, man, I don't know. I just woke up. And it was just like, damn, you know, just to see him from there and just from in that position. And now he's in prison. It was like from hospital to prison. It's like, damn, man, I ain't even go, you know, have a seat with you. Because I was like, you know, we got to go to lunch. We got to go to dinner and chill and hang out, man. And, you know, you got to just, you know, stop hanging around the wrong people and just change your life, man, whatever you got going. And, you know, and I used to always tell the kids, all the youngsters, you know, come get a job at the refinery, you know, to stay out of trouble. But,
refinery changed a lot of dudes' lives.
Oh, no. That was one of the ones.
I don't know about
I was one of the ones, I'm like the first one. I don't care what nobody say, out my neighborhood that introduced everybody to the refineries. You know what I'm saying? I'm day one. Everybody knows.
What's the refinery?
Refinery jobs.
Oh, yeah?
In Long Beach?
Yeah, all of them. Like, you know, wherever you went. I just had a package with all the different companies and go get your RSO. And, you know, I was one of them guys. Made up my own list with all the jobs on there. And I used to make them all go get the RSO. Man, you go get your refinery job. That's guaranteed. They don't care if you're triple blind crazy. Get your ass in there. Somebody will hire you. Get fire watch. I started off as security guard. You know, hey, you never know what you'll be, you know. And, you know, we here now. You know what I'm saying? But for sure, I would have had him in there working.
So you're still at the refinery to this day? Was you CEO or something?
Yeah. No. I retired in 2017 and, you know, chose another career, you know.
What's that career?
You know, little music, you know, little music here and there, little music. Signed a few artists, you know, some majors.
We gonna get into that a little bit.
Yeah,
you gotta bait them in. Because they sitting there and they're like,
little light work, you know. We got a little few artists over there in the majors, but you know, we here for AJ, and you know, we was financially backing him with the lawyers that ran off, what we was talking about earlier. And we help a lot of the homies. Some of the other homies I'm helping out now. And, we do what we can, you know what I mean? We
doing our
our part for our neighborhood. And, every year we doing Christmas, we doing Thanksgiving, and, we trying, you know what I'm saying? Nobody gave us this. We didn't see older, OGs doing what we doing, as in, giveaways and Christmas. Like we grew up like that. Some of the homies did the 4th of July's, you know what I mean? Shout out them, the big homies, but a lot, we just want to change the narrative and put something positive in these kids and let them know they can be more than what they see growing up. And, and I wish he was here just to see the success, what we've done. And I'm pretty sure he's proud of us because, every time he called, and he can honestly say he never heard a no. So, I know he's proud of us. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, he never heard a no, and that's the thing.
And that's
you never
hard.
Heard, you can honestly sit on that. What do you need? Yeah. You ain't never heard a no, huh? Never. We're gonna work it out, or if it's too much, we're gonna go a little lower, but it's never no. So he know what we did and what we stand for. You know what I'm saying? We'd go broke for this shit. You know what I mean? If that lawyer was working and doing his job, he can get another 20-something thousand out of us. If he was doing his job, but obviously he not. So we here to keep his faith alive and keep it going.
I'm like, if only Ben Crump,
right?
If only Ben Crump would fight cases when people was alive instead of when they dead.
Yeah.
Then maybe we get a lot of dudes out of jail because Ben Crump only showed up when it's over.
Mm-hmm.
And for real, have you looked at that?
I got plugs on everybody.
You got these high-powered lawyers. They only show up when they're dead. Like, hold on,
somebody
bro.
doing something with him now. Ben Crump, he a real one. Like I know people real close with him too.
Right.
I know a lot of people. It's just when it's time to attack, we gonna attack the right way. Like even with Kim and them, like no cap. I see her down there every day where I live. Every day. So, it's just, I'm saying it's real. Like, my girl down there, Ray, hi, Kim. I like, don't put your hand down. Travis stopped by my house, like, hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but not sorry. Album coming soon. But, you know what I'm saying? But we working, man.
Okay, for the record, your relationship to Lamont is?
That's my cousin. His father is my cousin.
And what do you miss the most?
What I miss the most is smile. His smile, his energy, his character. You know what I'm saying? His little lisp.
What she say that was?
His lisp. He got a lisp. Yeah, he got a little lisp. Then when he buzzes, he just, you know what I'm saying? Real, come here, good. Then when you think he getting buff at times, look at you getting all buff. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Trying to wrestle you. He was the one, you know what I mean? He was the one, not the two. He was a good kid.
He was always the one that's going to jump on you.
Yeah.
What you doing?
His presence was really felt. You know what I mean? Good one. He was a good one.
We got the good brother with the, you got the Islam stash going on over here, you know what I'm saying?
My name D, like a cousin, and what I miss about him, he was always joking. Always just running around messing with everybody, like a little nuisance around the house. He's just always into something.
Like back, he know how to really just, he know how to shoot this.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah? Yeah. Oh yeah, it's going down.
Yeah, it's for sure that was him.
For sure.
Because we was on it. We was on it. Yeah. I don't know. I gave all the light skinned jokes I can give. All of them. That man look like a box of Jiffy.
He was so light skinned, he went to Cholo.
I
don't know if he did that on his own or what, because I was like, I thought just Rock 3-4 or something. Yeah. He was like, nigga, Cholo.
Nah, he for sure.
Cholo.
I can't, it's crazy.
When did the Cholo?
I cannot pinpoint exactly when, but he for sure woke up one day and said, I'm Cholo. For sure.
I'm an essay.
I can't.
I'm an essay, but he went really Cholo, yeah.
Man, I don't know if it was like from the
like
tats. I don't know. I think it was tattoos, like the tats. Somebody probably said that to him, like, nigga, you like a Cholo with all these tats. Nigga had head tats and shit. Yeah,
that's crazy.
I think
that's a real black, like, I'm saying gang as in gathering Like, I'm pretty sure ain't no other black gathering ain't never heard nothing like that. That was unique about him already. Just being cholo.
So look, I'm gonna wind this down. I appreciate y'all coming. I'm trying to link up with everybody. So you got the barber, you know, you got the security, D for security, you know. Man, then we got Barbara. Tell him, look, man, you get the bird. Gonna have to ride in the back seat. You're gonna have to change your name to Soledad for me. If you can last in Soledad for a whole week, you might get you a record deal, Jack. You know what I'm saying?
Feel me? Come on,
For real. So that's
Ride along.
this the collaboration that people need. You know, we trying to do certain things. Other people that we've been working with. Third, the director out there in Compton. He over there out the trees, dude, in Atlanta. Okay. He talking about, man, I want to look out for my city, and he got dudes, man, y'all want to be in a movie? Come on. It's starting to be that easy for dudes. Yeah. So all the excuses that people is making, I can't do this, I can't do that. Look, man, save all that. You know what I'm saying? It's a 12-year-old right now doing computer programming. Come on. You know what I'm saying? It's somebody that just what's the dude taking off phase over there in Compton, the barber.
Oh yeah.
He got the mobile thing. Yeah. Hey, I said, what? You got the roll down, man, with the Gucci. Yeah. What you call it?
It's entrepreneur year, man. Everybody doing something for real.
So we like to end this with some on a message on the note. Who in here want to deliver a message to the youngins and to the fellas that's inside? Because they gonna watch. We actually send this to them first.
Yeah.
So they can watch it before we send it out to the masses. Like, y'all go ahead and check this out. So
you all say something. I say 1,000 yes, 1 no doesn't mean they're your enemy, man. You know, these streets. I know inside, you know, we look at it, you know, as it looks different, what's going on the outside. Outside, niggas is hurting. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of niggas locked up. I wish I could do more for it, but niggas on the streets is doing worse. I mean, never worse than y'all position, but it's niggas fucked up out here. Like, so if a nigga say they ain't got it, believe me, you ain't gotta put that pressure on them. But nigga, we gonna be all right though. All my loved ones, keep your head up.
For real. What are you gonna hit him with, D? Oh, D, go on.
Stay strong on there, man. Keep your heads up. You know, one day at a time. You always got hope in there, man. You know, that's all I can really say. I was in there with you one day, so I know the feeling.
For real. Winter, you got something to say, Winter? Winter, like, man, who want a haircut? Yeah. All y'all dreadheads in here. I'm gonna kill y'all. All right.
Got no words, man.
Nah, Damo, you gotta it's just something for the here's something. Yeah, on the real.
Let's say something for him, man.
All right, so Strangest Fruit Podcast, another episode down, another one for the record books.
I appreciate y'all. My bad. I appreciate y'all.
Nah, definitely appreciate y'all for having us.
Salute y'all for what y'all doing. You know, and God gonna bless y'all. Y'all already blessed, man.
Facts.
For millions of, you know, incarcerated people, man, thousands. And y'all doing y'all thing. I know y'all probably don't get so much, you know, bigged up, but you know what I mean? Y'all doing y'all shit. SA, brother, you know what I'm saying? Y'all looking good right now. I love it.
Shout out to Lil Man out the Y'all Jacks. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lil Man.
Lil Man's y'all, Lil Man.
All right, man. We wind it down. Strangest Fruit Podcast. My co-host, Brian James, a.k.a. Free Bliss. You know what I'm saying? Stay up. Holla back. Wow.
No, man, appreciate y'all, man.
You started to go off.
I said, hold on. I said, you gotta get me out of here.
A podcast called Strangest Fruit.
Team Cholo.
An inmate at the Calipatria State Prison, Calipatria, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
2 men can look out the same window. One sees a life of openness and opportunity. The other sees a long dirt road and tall light poles. Hayborns in the distance after so-called electrical fences. As the sky is so beautiful, I can only hope that my freedom is getting close. Smiling as I stare out of a vertical rectangular window. Perspective is everything. Though growth has it constantly changing, then you determine that change is a necessity. It's empowering after overcoming all adversity. 2 men can look out the same window from the same scenario with different goals. Through similar circumstances, where different perspectives add the weight to different results. The simplistic beauty of life. That shit was wrongfully taken from me, tragically. Sentenced to die in a cage from old age, given by what they said was an accident. Lied under oath. Very strategic though, but I stood firm every second, every minute, every hour. I had to be strong. I grew up misguided, gravitating to an irrational, recycled narrative, but it's imperative that you listen in. I grew up in the trenches, the heart of Compton, California, to be specific, a good kid in a mad city, taking a liking to the only life I envisioned. Everything I saw coming up, I normalized. I thought I was doing right. I thought this was the way of life, until my life was wrongfully taken and I had to sit, time in, time out, spending my days trying to analyze. Life was all fun and games until I was shot in the 8th grade. Critical condition while Wu was transitioning. I lost all reasoning, and I contemplated suicide when I was up late one night. But my willpower didn't let me give in. Lost, angry, and confused, a good kid in a mad city. Early young, hiding the trauma and abuse, while that shit slowly devoured my entity. Over the years, I learned the hard way, all the tragedies I faced, without a full understanding of my destructive choices made. Then I was convicted of a crime they gave. Because I didn't do it, but that didn't stop the he say, she say. It was all hearsay, but it was fabricated their way. Because nobody said I was there that day or had anything to do with what took place. No fingerprints or DNA present in mine. Eyewitness said I wasn't present that night. No GSR on my clothing excludes me from gunfire. Then 3 different testimonies from 3 different responders. All 3 lied. It ain't about who's wrong as much as who gives the jury the best lies, or even innocent until proven guilty, because I was incarcerated throughout my fight. Didn't get a time for a crime that evidentially proves my innocence. But still, sentenced to life for my past gang ties and culture after my upbringing was criticized. The days turned into weeks, weeks into months. Those added up to years. And I've been through every emotion and gave in to the burning tears. Then my resilience kicked in high gear. I knew I couldn't stop here, so I took this predicament as temporary, recreating and fighting me after taking my time to think. They thought they saw failure in me. Then my success made them frown. They expected me to fold under pressure, but shit, look at me now. They judged me based on the surface of things, missing my divinity deep down. I stopped, injured and almost breathless against adversity. Fought with my head up, pound for pound. They expected me to be defeated, thinking my ambition was depleted. Though I felt against it all, I still kept visual, my motivation for reason. Being at odds with all odds, the Karate Kid in me kept the fight alive. Steady, King. Breathe. You ready, King? As I brace myself while the internal dialogue rise, trying to block the blows at me, kicking dirt when I step. That hurt and bruised feeling was heavy as heavy gets. My mind couldn't rest. My heart was going left. When I fell, I felt the deep breaths in the depths of my chest, but I refused to lay there and soak in it. So back on my feet, I knew I owed myself a great debt. I still had some life left. Free Cholo gang.